How's it going, lads? The latest DLC drop for Undisputed has just been announced, and it's a big one. The Problem Child DLC. Jake Paul is officially a part of the Undisputed roster, and if you've been anywhere near the internet, you'll know people are going crazy. Some fans love it, others are absolutely furious. But today, we're going to dig deeper. Does Jake Paul belong in the game? Could his inclusion actually help Undisputed? And why does this move make some people so mad? Stick around, you're not going to want to miss this. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of fans are upset about Jake Paul being added to the game. I mean, just look at these reactions.
Undisputed, or SCI. If this game was supposed to be painted as a boxing purist's dream, why the fuck do we have Jake Paul as a boxer in this DLC?
The main argument, people say Jake Paul isn't a real boxer. They think his spot in the game should have gone to someone more deserving, like a current world champion or even a boxing legend. And to be fair, it's not hard to see why they feel this way. Jake's been boxing for what? 3 years? Maybe 4. He's fought influencers, ex-MMA guys, and some retired athletes. And the only time he got into the ring with a real boxer his own age, he lost. So yeah, compared to, say, Sugar Ray Leonard or Tyson Fury, he's not exactly on the same level. But let's not forget, this guy has stepped into the ring and he's built a professional record, which you can definitely pick holes in. Is it elite level competition? No. But is he technically a pro boxer? Yeah, he is. Now, let's flip the script. What if Jake Paul being in Undisputed is actually good for the game? Hear me out. Jake Paul isn't just a boxer, he's an influencer, a content creator, and one of the most talked about personalities in combat sport. That's huge for a game like this. These numbers don't lie. Jake Paul brings an entirely different audience to the table, an audience that might not even know about Undisputed, but loves following his journey. Think about it. If just a fraction of his fan base buys the game, that's thousands of new players. And let's be honest, growing the community can only help keep this game alive. Plus, what if these casual fans stick around? What if they start playing as real boxing legends, learning about the sport, and maybe even becoming lifelong fans? It's like a domino effect. Jake Paul might actually help grow boxing's fanbase, starting with this game. Here's the thing, whether you love or hate Jake Paul, having more fighters in the game is never a bad thing. Think about it. The bigger the roster, the more matchups we can create. Want to see Jake Paul get beat up by Muhammad Ali or maybe Dimitri Bivol? Now you can make it happen. Honestly, I'm not complaining. And let's be real, whether you want to be Jake Paul or just knock him out, having him in the game is hilarious. This isn't new either. Other sports games add controversial or unconventional players all the time. We literally have Eddie Hall, the world's strongest man, in this game already, and in the UFC games, they have Bruce Lee. It just creates buzz and brings new players to the game. The same thing is happening here. Now let's zoom out. Jake Paul represents something bigger than just himself. He's a symbol of how boxing is evolving. He's brought a level of showmanship that we haven't seen since the early days of Floyd Mayweather. Sure, it's not for everyone, but it's undeniable that he's changed the conversation around boxing. And it's not just Jake. The influencer boxing trend is here to stay. Whether it's KSI, Logan Paul, or even Salt Pappy. These guys are pulling in audiences that boxing never had. So maybe it's time to embrace it, even if it's not your thing. Of course, not everyone feels the same way. Some fans are calling this DLC a cash grab, saying it ruins the authenticity of Undisputed. Others are defending it, saying Jake Paul adds excitement to the game, and you know what? Both sides have a point. This DLC is definitely stirring the pot, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If nothing else, this DLC has people talking, and in a competitive gaming market, staying relevant is half the battle. So what does this mean for Undisputed? Could we see more unconventional fighters added in the future? Maybe more influencer boxers or even MMA fighters? Honestly, the possibilities are endless, and that's exciting. The game isn't just about replicating history, it's about creating your own matchups and having fun. What we didn't mention is the fighter pack also has other fighters. stars like Gile Big Bang Zhang, Juan Manuel Marquez, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, James Buster Douglas, and Otto Vollen, along with a lot of other things like ring apparel, different attire for different characters. Just because they're spearheading it with Jake Paul doesn't mean there aren't real fighters in the DLC. So, is Jake Paul in Undisputed a win or a loss? Honestly, I think it's both. It's controversial, sure, but it's also bold. It gets people talking, it grows the game's audience, and it opens the door for more creative content in the future. And let's be real, at the end of the day, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun. But hey, that's just my take. What do you guys think? Are you excited to see Jake Paul in Undisputed, or do you think it's a step too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.